Hello everyone, another quick update on my plants, mangoes, and the few other fruit trees I have. Today's July the 12th, and here's some of the new things to see. Miracle berry, I literally took off like 30 fruits about a week ago, and you can see it has like other little ones, like that one right there, which you can't see too well, that are starting to swell up. There's one here that's nice and red and ready. But it is going to have a couple other bunches. They kind of come in waves on this one. So that one's been great so far. And then as for the mango trees, this is the Keo Savoy. It's looking fairly the same, hasn't grown any taller really. However, it's starting to have little swell ups right there. The top ones have burned a little bit, and I think because of these getting burned and it kind of having some resistance on top, it's actually been doing what I wished it would do, which is it started pushing out on the bottom here. And I don't know if these are just going to stay there or if they're actually going to like push out, but that's really good because this one was way too long. This one was the one mango that was it was basically done. Now I can't remember. It's a air layer. There we go. This one was air layered, whereas all the other ones have been grafted, and so that's why it's so long. They just did a long branch, but I know you don't really want them to be like super long like that. You want them to kind of get a little bit thicker and more sturdy, and then let them branch out and get longer. So anyway, that's why this one's held up pretty well with this thing, but I'm hoping to keep a couple of these branches. This one is the orange sherbet. This one was pretty small, but now as you can see, it pushed out like twice already, and now it's pushing out again. And it's pretty cool to see how different all these are. Like this one has big leaves, this one has pretty small leaves. And then another one of the first ones I got was the sweet tart, and this one has huge leaves. Like these are bigger than the Keo Savoy. So these are huge, and this one I think is one of the ones they know is like a branch breaker, because these things, they just grow huge leaves and grow super thin. So like all these leaves, you can see they're just drooping. And then this thing was literally sideways like this, so I had to tie it up here. But you can see it's already pushing out again also, and this one, the top burnt, so I scratched it off, and now it's pushing out more branches. Whereas this one that didn't burn is just pushing out the one. So that's one technique I was seeing, how, I forget what they call the technique, it's like a scratching technique or something like that, where you just kind of scratch the little bud on the middle off, and it'll force it to start branching out. But this one's really thin, so I don't like that too much, but they're all different. So that's that one. These are my little miracle berry seedlings. These are my biggest ones that I put over here closer to the sun, and these are actually fairly big now. I think I'm probably going to sell those. And then this is, before I go to that, I'll show you this. The Longan has quite a bit of fruit, and this tree is probably 6 foot or so, not counting the pot. It's probably 6 foot, maybe 6'5", something like that. And as you can see, it has so many, I literally just had to prop it up with this thing, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna break when those get bigger. And they're pretty good size. I think they got probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks until they're fully matured, but they're almost there. I had some of these last year, and they're great. This is a newer one I got. It's a peanut butter fruit tree, or more like a bush, and it's great. I'm pretty sure it's gonna flower next year, I think, according to the person I bought it from, it already flowered once before, but it didn't produce any fruit. So that might have been the first year it flowered. The trunk is pretty thick, but it has a bunch of branches coming from it. So it just looks mature enough to me. I'm pretty sure it's good. It's fairly tall, maybe 3.5 foot. I also bought these. I can't remember if I updated on these already, but I got these very recently. Pickering and Dwarf Hawaiian. These are some of my like dream varieties because I really like the small ones, especially the Pickering. This is like one of the best ones because it stays really small and it produces a lot of fruit, and it produces when it's really small as well. So I just got these. These haven't pushed out since I got them, and I've had them under this to keep them protected. It's kind of a little bit of a greenhouse effect. I just got this like 3 or 4 days ago. It's a truly tiny banana, the smallest variety that is edible. So I'm just putting that there for now. I gotta give it a bit of water and up pot it. But that's that. That's basically it. This big lime has actually produced some, and it's taking forever for them to ripen. I think they're gonna turn yellow, so we're giving them time. But this is the first year that it produced, and it produced only a little bit because all the flowers fell off. So we're waiting on that. That's the huge mango tree. It's not huge, but it is, compared to the ones I have. It's a seedling. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's super prolific. Like, it won't stop growing. That one's pushed out, like, no exaggeration, like 7 times already. And we cut some of the branches on the side for this trailer to fit, and it's pushing out like crazy again. And you can see all the little shoots. And by the way, each of those, without chopping them, shoots out like 5 shoots each branch. I don't know, it's crazy. But that's kind of it for now. I think that's the majority of the new changes here.